guys, welcome to the Homestead. So we're here with Doc Jones again from Homegrown Herbalist, and we want to talk about snake bites. What should a homestead do on this topic?
So first of all, don't get bit by the snakes. That's the first thing. There's one end that bites and one that doesn't. Just stay away from that one end. But no, snake bite's a big deal. The venom, and not just snakes, but spiders. The brown recluse and the hobo spider, the venom's almost identical to the pit vipers, the rattlesnakes and copperheads and water moccasins. And that venom contains an enzyme called hyaluronidase that dissolves the glue that holds your cells together, hyaluronic acid, right? And so they don't eat things, they drink things. Spider pokes in the venom and then he drinks you through a straw. Right. And the snakes are doing the same thing. They're pre-digesting so they don't have a big lump in their belly all week, right? Anyway, those wounds can be horrific, because you get a lot of tissue loss. But the good news is that there are some herbs that are fantastic for resolving that issue.
Awesome.
And, I had a daughter that was, she was a violin performance major, right? She got bit on the hand by a hobo spider, and she got this big old circle on her hand where everything's going to die and slough off. She goes to the doctor. He says, "I'm sorry, sweetheart, that's all going to die and you're going to lose your whole palm to that.
Oh, no.
But here's an antibiotic, even though you don't have an infection. Let's mess up your gut bugs a little bit so you get something for your money, right?" Anyway, that wasn't the answer she was looking for. She came running home to Crazy Dad, the herbalist, and I put together a formula, and it had echinacea, plantain,
Awesome.
dandelion root, and marshmallow.
Okay.
Those 4 plants, equal parts, marshmallow root.
Yeah, marshmallow root.
And every one of those guys is doing something really critical for that bite. The echinacea actually neutralizes that enzyme, shuts it down.
Awesome.
And as if that wasn't enough, it stimulates the body to make more glue to hold your cells together, more hyaluronic acid, right? So if you're a little house made of bricks, and the mortar's dissolving, echinacea stops the enzyme, but it also slaps more mortar on it. Let's fix this.
Amazing.
Plantain is fantastic for pulling poison out of the body, right? Dandelion root is a liver and kidney tonic, so we're eliminating things through the elimination channels. And marshmallow root, for some reason, just talks tissue out of dying. If you got a wound, I've used it on all kinds of gangrene cases in my vet practice, not like almost gangrene. Once it's dead, it's dead. But you start getting that line where stuff's going to be in trouble. If I put marshmallow on that topically and in them internally, I've never once in 30 years not had that line gone in 12 hours.
That's awesome.
Never once. And so anyway, I use that formula internally and topically. And wherever I start that's where it quits.
Right.
I call it venom and sting. We've got it on the website, but you can make it. It's just equal parts of those 4 plants. And it just, spider bites, rattlesnake bites, and I've used it. I haven't used it on a rattlesnake bite on humans because they don't stick their head under the bush and say, "Why are you making that noise when the snake rattles?" It's always on the dog's nose, Anyway, but I've done a ton of spider bites on humans, and I've done a lot of rattlesnake bites in the vet practice. Wherever we start that, it's done. Tissue's done having trouble.
That's all. That's great.
It's been really good.
That's fantastic. So you can, again, make that stuff yourself, or, if you want to buy something, you can find something on those websites, so check it out. I highly recommend it. But that's something that, for me, it's always been a fear. I have young children, at least they're growing up now, but at one point they were little and they were out running in the woods, and that was always my biggest fear. They're going to run into a rattlesnake or a copperhead or something like that. And it's like, what am I going to do?
And I'll tell you, have it around.
Because
when that happens, you got to have it right now. You don't want to
be out there making it,
or I saw some plantain somewhere around here. I mean, that's the nice thing about tinctures. They have an extraordinarily long shelf life. They're super easy to make. My daughter's got a video on how to make a tincture on our channel. It's just super easy, straightforward.
Very easy.
But and you probably do too on yours.
Well, it's like there's a zillion channels out there that talk about how to make a tincture. It's very simple to do, but it's like what to do with these, how to apply them. That's the knowledge I think that is so valuable when I watch your videos and the stuff I try to talk about too on my channel.
And I'll tell you, on those bites, I'm doing that topically every 3 hours or so, and internally every 3 hours or so.
That's great
for
advice.
the first several days. And then twice a day for a week, and then you're done.
Excellent.
You know, that's what I do.
Excellent.
But no, we've had good luck with it.
Good deal. Thanks for coming on. I appreciate it. It's
you
great
bet.
seeing
Happy
you
to do
again.
it.
Absolutely. All right, we're here at the Okie Homesteading Expo. Wish you guys were here. We're going to have a great time. We'll see you next time in the Homestead. Bye. Have you ever gone to a health food store and seen all those small bottles of probiotics in your cooler section? Man, can they be pricey. Are you really getting all you need to improve your gut health from those expensive bottles? How viable are they? Most of those products claim to give you between 8 and 15 strains of gut-healthy healing bacteria. Think of each strain of bacteria as a different factory in your gut. Each factory is responsible for breaking down that food in its own way. The more factories you have, the more the food is broken down and the easier the food is absorbed and digested by the body. A 2018 study published by the National Library of Medicine shows that one fermented head of cabbage can produce up to 114 strains of beneficial bacteria. That's a lot more food factories than you're getting from that expensive pill bottle. And that's just cabbage. Imagine the probiotics when you add garlic, onions, pepper, and more to that ferment. PerfectPickler.com and its home fermentation kits provide you with everything you need to get started making your own gut-healthy food factories from the comfort of your own kitchen. PerfectPickler.com even provides a jam-packed recipe book with many of our kits. Visit PerfectPickler.com and start fermenting your own veggies to begin your journey to better gut health. That's PerfectPickler.com. Hey guys, did you know you can become a patron of an American Homestead? They get access to private videos, and we send them gifts from the Homestead that we make here on the Homestead. And we also enter our patrons into special giveaways that are only available to them. And before you go, please check out these other great videos. Go ahead, click. Oh wait.